Secretary Shri Rohit Kansalji, all the joint secretaries who have joined us today. Prajakta is here, Rajiv Saxena was there earlier, Roop Rashi, Madam, Textile, erstwhile Textile Commissioner. We are planning to shut it down so that she'll now be JS in the Ministry of Textiles. हो गया erstwhile क्या अभी तक process चल रहा है? Process is going on. So she still continues to be Textile Commissioner. All the other colleagues, Atul is here. Atul? Ajay. Ajay is here, new JS in our ministry. So all the officials of the Government of India, state government, all the captains of industry, particularly I must acknowledge Shaktivel ji, and that's what distinguishes a leader from the others. He could quickly grasp that it's dinner time. There's not too much traction for more gyan. And in a brief way, he was able to present a very good picture of the performance. So compliments to you, Shaktivelji. Also President of FIO. And compliments to you and the entire exporting community for the fantastic performance on export front, growing from 500 billion to 770 billion in 2 years. Now the challenge is how to sustain that, as you rightly pointed out. That will be a challenge. We all have to work together. Textile industry more than anybody else, because we've not been up to the mark last year. So tomorrow I think we're going to sit and discuss, particularly in the morning session, 10:30. I'd request all of you at 10:30 to be here. There won't be any ministerial speeches, so you can actually have a brainstorming. Please give ideas liberally, how we can expand our exports and improve our overall working next year. Friends from the media and all the ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I don't know if you have noticed or you saw the Honorable Prime Minister on television today. Today is Civil Services Day. It's the day we celebrate the contribution of all the government officials across the country, whether it's in the center or right down to the panchayat level. And may I request everybody to give our civil servants a standing ovation. Very often we are critical, we are very often talking of all the problems, but we don't recognize that there are lakhs and lakhs of civil servants doing honest, sincere work in nation building. And just because there may be a few bad eggs, we should never criticize the entire contribution of the entire lot of civil servants. And for that matter, whether it's politics, whether it's business, in every walk of life, there'll be a few people who will not live up to the expectations of society and the country. But by and large, my own experience is that they are hugely efficient, very sincere in their work, honest to the job, to the nation, and have contributed very, very significantly to our country. Really, this nation appreciates the humongous work that they've done. Business persons come and go, politicians come and go, but they are the steady rock that keeps the entire government functioning steady, stable, and sustainable. In fact, I'm also very happy because one of the departments under my charge, the Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade, DPIIT was selected for the Prime Minister's Excellence Award today for the PM Gati Shakti. The PM Gati Shakti has often been talked about. Actually, I'm happy that I'm in Gujarat, because the seeds of PM Gati Shakti started in Prime Minister's mind when he was Chief Minister of Gujarat. And he set up BIZAG in Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar. The Vizag Center created the entire framework, first for Gujarat, then the PM Gati Shakti network of, technology backbone for infrastructure planning. And today, the entire nation is using PM Gati Shakti, state government, central government, PSUs. Going forward, we will, at an appropriate time, allow private sector also to benefit from that. But truly, it's a transformational tool. We don't have enough time. Otherwise, I would have explained how that one tool is going to literally change India's entire thinking on infrastructure. Planning, execution, implementation, monitoring, everything will be undergoing a complete overhaul. And in the years to come, we will be able to boast some of the best infrastructure, efficiently set up, efficiently implemented, well managed, and without good infrastructure, all of us in the business world recognize we cannot be successful, we cannot become a developed nation unless we have good infrastructure. And broadly, today's theme also centered a lot around the needs of better capabilities, whether it is infrastructure, whether it's industrial need. And that is what we will discover, we will deliberate more even tomorrow in both the three sessions. One, brainstorming about the future and what we should do together, industry and government, to make the textile sector improve its performance. Two, in the second and third session, I think we'll be discussing cotton value chain and technical textile value chain. As Shaktivelji rightly said, the Prime Minister has truly brought to focus his vision of Ek Bharat, Shresht Bharat. There was a time where there was a disconnect between the West and the South, the East and the West, or East and the South. Everybody has had different levels of development. The South and West has developed more than the East and the Northeast, or even the North. Different cultures, different religions, different languages, different food habits, they all coexist in India. And in this situation, it's very important that we continuously see how we can integrate the thinking across the country and bring people closer together, whether in business, whether our different cultures, food habits. And over the years, this has been one theme that Prime Minister Modi has focused on, how we can bring the country closer together. The Kashi Tamil Samagam was his first initiative to connect the people of Tamil Nadu and the people of Varanasi. Two sets of people who share a history which goes down to probably hundreds or maybe a few thousand years. There are people from Tamil Nadu living in Banaras for generations and contributing to Uttar Pradesh and the cultural renaissance, the cultural growth and development of North India. And then you have a big amount of influence of Varanasi evident in Tamil Nadu, Tenakasi. I think it is named after Kashi. Sorry? First is Avanasi. Avanasi and Tenakasi. So it shows that there was a deep connect between Banaras and Tamil Nadu. The people, the business, cultures, traditions. So many areas in which we find that connect. As we went deeper into the subject after the success of Kashi Tamil Samagam, we found that there is a deep connect between Saurashtra and Tamil Nadu, which has somehow not been recognized as such. वो बहुत ज़्यादा उजागर नहीं हुआ है. And I'm really delighted that we are currently meeting for the second time under the Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat initiative to bring cultures closer together at Rajkot, celebrating the Saurashtra Tamil Samagam. And I'm sure there'll be many more opportunities like this which will help us bring our business people and our our diversity closer to each other. Thank you very much, all the friends from Tamil Nadu, for joining us for this very important Saurashtra Tamil Samagam, and within that, for all the work that we will be doing over 2 days to discuss and exchange ideas to prepare a roadmap for a better future for the textile industry. I hope you will enjoy your stay here. Gujarat is known for its hospitality. Gujarati people are known to be very, very friendly, very loving, very warm in their welcome. And I do hope you have been comfortable and will go back with very, very fond memories of your stay in Gujarat, Rajkot, possible visit to Somnath and other areas of Gujarat, wherever your travels during this visit will take you. Friends, I was listening to both the sessions with great interest. Technical textiles clearly offers huge opportunity. The possibility of growth and our industry benefiting from that growth, our people benefiting from jobs and work opportunities, our startups, our entrepreneurs also enjoying the fruits of the technical textile sector is quite evident from the presentations that we saw today. I do believe that a lot of work has happened in the country. A lot more can happen in the country going forward. Some of the issues that were raised in today's presentations, in today's engagement, are quite relevant when we look at the growth of India's textile sector. I will not delve on all of them just now. I may get a chance to interact with you more in detail tomorrow also. But a few things specifically out of what was discussed in the presentations, I'd like to share my thoughts with you as briefly as I can. Please get over this hump of government support being the only way we can grow and we can develop. For your information, the growth in exports in the last 2 years is on the back of stopping all export incentives. MEIS scheme was discontinued, SEIS was discontinued, all export incentive schemes were discontinued, and you see the growth that we are seeing in the industry. Incentives, dependence, or rather over-dependence on government has never done any industry or any business or any nation any good. All these developed countries have developed on the sheer strength of their capabilities, the entrepreneurship, and India is very proud of its entrepreneurs, its business leaders, have developed on ideas, research, innovation. Growth has happened with good infrastructure, which is our responsibility, and we are fulfilling that, and will continue to expand and invest more and more in infrastructure. But at the end of the day, look at the IT sector. IT sector is growing by leaps and bounds. It has never got any export or any benefits as the basis of their growth. Even they have grown after the little bit of SEIS that was being given was discontinued. And I believe that the more we start thinking independently as people who will be profit centers on our own, we'll start finding solutions. I'll not explain the whole concept, but I'm telling you, without hesitation that this LED bulbs that you see all over the country, this success story started by first stopping the subsidy on LED bulbs. And I've been a votary of this for the last 9 years. Not LED, but getting rid of government from businesses' lives. The more we leave business independent and free of the shackles of government, the more successful business will be. You will grow, your profits will increase, and you'll be successful. And it's very simple. Any subsidy or any incentive will have a limitation. Like LED bulbs had 9 crore rupees subsidy. 100 rupees was given for every bulb. Out of 9 crores, 3 crores were used for administrative expenses. 6 lakh bulbs were getting 100 rupees. And therefore the country was selling 6 lakh bulbs in a year. Everybody was waiting, हमारा नंबर कब आएगा? जब हमारी टर्न आएगी सब्सिडी की तो हम बल्ब चेंज करके एलईडी लगाएंगे. उस चक्कर में जो 50 रुपए की चीज होनी चाहिए थी वो 500 रुपए की हो गई थी. 6 लाख बल्ब आएंगे तो ऑब्वियसली महंगा होगा. गुजरात के व्यापारी तो बहुत ही ज्यादा समझदार होते हैं. तमिलनाडु के भी होते हैं. इवन तमिलनाडु बिजनेसमैन आर वेरी स्मार्ट. But Gujarati entrepreneurs are known to be street smart also. They are very quick in understanding numbers and in deciding what is good for them. You will all agree that if you sell 6 lakh bulbs or you sell 50 crore bulbs, the opportunity significantly changes. Today the country must be selling bulbs in that region. I don't know the exact number, but our annual sale of bulbs will not be less than 30, 40, 50 crore bulbs, which 9 years ago was only 6 lakh bulbs. Obviously the price has come down by 90%. And government actually made a profit out of this project also, by the way. ESL, the government company which initiated this program, made thousands of crore profit. And the people of India who are now using LED bulbs, business people, common man, even the slum dwellers who are now using LED bulbs, they are saving 40,000 crores every year on their electricity consumption and electricity bills. It's a win-win for everybody. So first of all, for tomorrow's discussion also, please get rid of the mindset that government support देगी तो हम आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. That should be a bonus. That should be an icing on the cake. I remember when I first started industry, my own industry, I was also an entrepreneur like many of you. 35 or 40 years ago now, 41 years ago. I had a very small scale unit. But in the region, in our industrial area, there was a common effluent treatment plant, not set up by government support. If at all the government support was there, at best it must have been free land, at best. Anybody is interested, you can even now go and verify whatever I'm saying. It is Thana Belapur Industrial Area. TTC it is called, Trans Thana Creek Industrial Area, outside Navi Mumbai, or in Navi Mumbai, outside Bombay. They had a common effluent treatment plant 30, 35 years ago. It was set up by the industry as a cooperative, Section 8 company, not-for-profit company. All the industry contributed. In fact, I think the big industry contributed more, small nominally. And everybody was given a pipe connection for liquid waste to be taken to the CETP. Processing was done at the CETP. Clean water was sold. And my own remembrance, till I was involved in industry, now that is also many, many years ago, I think 25 years ago. But till I remember, aaj to profit aur badh gaya hoga. 25 years ago also, they were making more profit in the CTP than I was making in my business. Without government support, common CTP, professionally run, independently managed, serving industry, no government interference. I don't think they even had a government director on the board. We have to all I saw the Tirupur story just now, Netaji Apparel Park. It's a remarkable success story. In fact, I have told Mr. Kansal, Additional Secretary, that he has to bring all the details of all the incomplete parks under whatever schemes we had, SITP or whatever different schemes, where we have started recovery proceedings now. Now each park will have to recover 100 crores. We may have given 10, 12, 15 crores, we'll have to recover 100 crores because interest on that. Recovery will be difficult, there will be revenue proceedings against the promoters. Recovery भी नहीं होगा, park भी नहीं develop होगा और promoter अलग तकलीफ में पहुंचेगा. फिर कोई बोलेगा कि सरकार तंग करती है. सरकार क्या करे? अगर किधर भ्रष्टाचार हुआ है, किधर चोरी हुई है, if there is any corruption or misuse of government funds or misuse of government property, government has no choice but to act. What is our option? It's a different matter. Earlier governments did not take strict action, and therefore we have had a situation where gradually over the years corruption has got institutionalized in this country. I mean, I don't want to politicize, but the finance minister of Tamil Nadu only made some statements which are floating around on social media since yesterday. You heard that, Saktivel? Yeah. I mean, now, if such news comes, should the government keep quiet or should they take action? I think the finance minister himself should be taking action. Or if land is allotted, let's say in 20 places all over the country, to set up a newspaper. And in the garb of newspaper, you can get free land. And you make buildings on that. You start renting it out as a not-for-profit company. Start earning crores of rupees profit. And then you transfer it from a not-for-profit entity to a private person's name. Now such a thing, should there be an action? Or we should say कि चलो ठीक है, surname बड़ा है, तो कुछ करना नहीं चाहिए. What should be done? Government becomes helpless. So even if there is a person who starts a textile park with a Goyal surname, but does not complete it, the recovery proceedings and action will be the same. Am I right? Can't be different secretary, additional secretary. So clearly there cannot be two provisions or actions of law dependent on the surname. Of course, there is another matter that a very senior member of the Rajya Sabha, where I come from, has also demanded on public television that the law of the land, when it comes to sentencing for a criminal activity, should be different based on the surname. I don't know if you have heard that. If not, I'd urge you to Google. It's very interesting. Now there's a demand from a senior leader in the upper house that the law of the land for sentencing on a criminal activity should be different based on the surname of a person. Is it acceptable to anybody in this room? Can I have a different policy or a procedure or a rule for all those who have a surname of Jardosh and Goyal? That is why I feel keep government outside your business. Work on the strength and merit of our work. Then there will be no difficulties, there will be no problems in your work, and there will be no risk that one or two people misuse, because of which everybody suffers. Now what happened to Tufts? Because that's one demand that again and again comes up and will come up tomorrow. I'm preempting it. What happened to Tufts? Few people misused Tufts. Many others used it very efficiently. Like after all, Tirupur, he used 14 crores of government and has come up with a fantastic park. And we are proud of you, Shaktivelji. Because of the few people who misuse stuff, Miss Roop Rashi's life has become miserable. She has to inspect, I think, what, 7,000 units? because of those few people. So my request and bottom line is, government support should be as an add-on. Whatever comes is good, but let us first assess and decide how we can make our industry self-sufficient, sustaining on its own merits, not on the merits of government coming into our business. Of course, we have a lot of schemes which government comes up with, where we find that you are not accepting or absorbing it. Now, Samarth, training, funds are available, both under Samarth and the NTTM, for training of skilled manpower. I have given directions publicly that I'll prefer to use it maximum in industry. I don't want that skill training to be in colleges and universities. I'd prefer that it is in industry. Of course, use it efficiently. Don't misuse that. Please train the people properly, give them a proper certificate, and I hope if they are tested after that, they are capable of the certificate that you have given them. But why can't industry use that? Those people will be useful for you as a resource. Shaktivelji had told me when I visited Tirupur that they need people, they are not getting enough skilled people. Today also that issue came up, that one of the bottlenecks is skilled manpower. So NTTM also is willing to give funds for skilling of manpower. IITs or colleges and engineering institutes and skill development centers will never be able to do as good a job as you can all do. So please consider using the available resources and doing skill development through industry initiative. And use these funds quickly, because remember, in government there's another philosophy. If funds are not used once sanctioned, they go back to the treasury and next time the budget keeps reducing. So if you don't continue the export thrust and the export at the level you are doing now, then next year the budget will be reduced for ROSCTL or ROTTEP, whoever uses whichever scheme. If that budget gets reduced, then tomorrow you want to increase exports, the rate will reduce, because the funds will be limited. So therefore there is a reverse incentive for all of us to continue to grow exports so that your budgets don't get cut also. There's an incentive for some of you to come up with ideas for NTTM. I mean, if we do research, we can compete with the best in the world. We won't need foreign technology. And in NTTM, if for sustainability also some technical textile can be used, we are happy to sanction those projects. So I would urge all of you, and please take this message to your members, all the EPCs or technical or textile associations, to please come up with more proposals quickly. The scheme shelf life is limited. There's not much more time. I would urge all those who already have sanctioned schemes to expedite their project. Those who have got new ideas, come with your project quickly. And of course, department to speedily process all proposals and clear them. Maybe you need to publicize that sustainability projects for technical textile, related with technical textiles, can also be taken up under that scheme. Assess it and maybe publicize that. One other area where NTTM funds can be used is development of indigenous machinery. I find the import of machinery has shot up like anything. We need to develop indigenous high quality machines in India. I was also very keen that we should develop some new ideas. And for that also, if any funds are required, we are happy to give you. We have a lot of these old traditional looms. What are they called? Power looms. किसी के पास 10 है, 5 है, 20 है, small level. Am I right? We have to find a way how to modernize that with some attachments. I was told once there are some attachments designed and developed. But can we all work towards encouraging new ideas how to make these power looms viable? And what could be the attachments or modernization of these power looms so that their income also increases and this sector becomes successful. If there are any old apparatus which can help them also improve, see how we can, Secretary, see how we can support adoption of those technologies or tools or techniques or accessories in a big way, in a massive way, so that power looms also become viable as entities in the textile sector. Raw material for technical textile is by and large available. Cotton is available, but I'm told there's some little bit of hoarding going on. I had suggested that we should consider any steps that may be required so that that cotton can come into the market. Kindly see what can be done, whether we can announce that if anybody has no cotton to give, then our MSP support for cotton stops for the current year at least. Some steps need to be taken to ensure that either people take out the cotton or they lose the backstop that you provide through CCI to procure that cotton. You took out an advisory, I think. Now put a deadline. After that, take that authority from me, no problem. Put a deadline. After that, we will not buy any more cotton from this season, even if the prices go below MSP. So that everybody knows, and prices are falling internationally also. So I think now that they may even go below the MSP going forward. So anybody who doesn't take out their cotton now is doing so at his own risk and cost. We should not be providing that comfort to him that he can stock it, because if tomorrow price goes down, CCI will buy it. So please let the message go loud and clear to all those who are stocking cotton that CCI will not purchase cotton if it is now offered. We had already advised the trade that you better give it to us. At best, I can allow maybe the next 15 days if anybody wants to sell the cotton to CCI. After that, CCI for this season will not procure any more cotton. Then if the price goes below MSP, whoever is stocking is doing so at their own risk and cost. Let that message go loud and clear. Our exports in narrow woven fabric and waddings in cloth tech segment have shown good results. But when you look at the world market, our home tech or whatever we are, cloth tech, whatever we are selling, not even the tip of the iceberg. But you are all making me presentations, giving me the data that we all know. I have seen this data so many times. I would urge you all to come up with crisp, foresight presentations, specifically why you are not able to compete. What is holding you back? And it's not necessary we can compete in everything. There is no rule that says every country will do everything. There will be areas where we are not competitive, leave it aside. Find those areas where you are competitive, where you have a competitive edge. But at least in that, we should have market dominance. We should be aspiring that 100% of that market should be ours. And as that volume goes up, you will become more competitive also. In fact, China, and for that matter, even some of these e-commerce companies, what do? They flood the market, sometimes even at a loss, or at a no profit, no loss. They flood the market with their goods. By that, they capture large markets. They kill the other people, other countries or other suppliers. And India has been at the receiving end of that for many years. Now we should be doing the same smart solutions to expand our business. Capture markets, even at the cost of profit sometimes, so that other countries lose their market share, India gains more market share, have more coordinated effort so that we don't compete with each other, but we collaborate with each other to compete with some other country. And let's identify the specific items or areas where we have a competitive edge and capture those markets in a big way. That is smart thinking, and that is the kind of ideas I would like to hear from all of you. Long presentations on the reality as it exists today, again and again, is not going to make any difference. It's the same presentation repeated many times. We need to come up with the solutions now. And I hope tomorrow's day will only be about solutions. No discussion on problems of the past. Don't repeat that again and again. In fact, I've asked Mr. Kansal to also see if these incomplete textile parks details can be compiled, can be shared with all of you, and maybe some new entrepreneurs can either take it over and complete them, or there could be collaborations or joint ventures. Some of you could join with the existing promoters and complete and take it forward. Let's see if there can be some solution. Otherwise, the recovery proceedings will start and the possibility of all these parks serving industry will be completely lost. So, you may all like to think whether there's any possibility of that kind also. Quality control orders are another area we are focused on. Some people, even from Tamil Nadu, have come to me with MP representations, though also from Gujarat, so don't worry. We are all in it together. Please appreciate that these quality control orders are for your good. If quality of India improves, your profits will improve, your market share will improve, your growth will be assured. These QCOs are for your good, and they will also help us to stop import of substandard material, which is hurting India's industry. They are coming in cheap, low quality goods. Customers get attracted to that, and that is hurting your growth prospects. So instead of coming with MPs and making representations for extension of QCOs, I would urge all of you to start accepting the new reality that India is going to be a quality country, India is going to be a quality conscious country, and all of us collectively are going to make quality goods and services, both for Indian consumers and for international markets. And wherever we need to, the larger companies, Gupta ji is here, Shaktivel, many other large players there are here. You all will all have to support the small players to absorb and adopt quality parameters. And this collaborative, cooperative effort will take industry forward and help everybody. Don't look at those small companies as your competitors. They are often your suppliers. They are all part of an ecosystem. And God forbid, if bad quality material from India goes abroad, or even to Indian consumers, and they lose faith in our industry, then imports will increase further, and we may even lose our existing export market. Same logic as I said about tufts. 5 exporters will send substandard quality goods abroad, 95 other exporters will suffer their business. Image will become Indian material is not good. Do you want that to happen? I'm sure nobody in this room wants that to happen. So let us all collectively accept, adopt, and implement these quality control orders for our collective good. Sustainability was also spoken about in a big way. I'm sure you all recognize that the world needs to save itself. We need to protect the planet. So sustainability is not a choice. Anivarya hai. It is unavoidable now. And we'll all have to accept and adopt it. Mr. Jani came up with some very good ideas. Let us also, all of us, see how we can contribute to sustainability and circularity, reducing consumption, reuse of what we are doing, recycling goods. All of these are good mechanisms. I have just now suggested, Secretary gave a suggestion which I have asked my team to immediately order. Even on GEM portal, we will have a separate section for recycled or sustainable goods to promote them further so that government also gives a preference to recycled and reused products or sustainably good products. Of course, certification of sustainable goods is another area where we will all have to work collectively, just like we have to work on handmade goods certification or quality certification of cotton. All of these are areas where we need to work together so that we can develop a future-ready and recession-proof industry. Just like you have waterproof and you have other textiles, stain-proof and whatnot, let us prepare ourselves. Let us become future-ready. Let us become ready to accept the challenges of the future so that we are recession-proof and we continue to grow by leaps and bounds, continue to get good value for our products, continue to have greater acceptability of our industry both in India and worldwide so that nobody needs to import any product. We satisfy this large Indian market and this growing Indian market, as well as not remain content with that, but start capturing global markets. Our share is so minuscule that even if there's a global recession, our industry should be looking at growth because we have a huge delta of opportunity to grow from the barely 2% share that we have today in the world textile market. Howsoever much there may be a recession in the world, our opportunity for growth is there and we should all collectively work to capture that opportunity. Thank you very much once again for coming to Rajkot and all the best to all of you. Vanakkam, good night, and let's enjoy the dinner and the Gujarati dishes that I hope will be on offer. Of course, for breakfast, we all have idli dosa almost throughout the country today. And that is the beauty of India. That is Shresht Bharat, Ek Bharat. Thank you.
I just have one announcement to make for all the captains of the industry here who are present for this. We have a brainstorming session tomorrow at 10:30 at Regent Hall, the next hall here, and it will be a session for vision for the sector, and I would like everybody to join full house tomorrow. Thank you, sir, for gracing this occasion. Thank you, ma'am, and all of you for being here and part of the day one of the Chintan Shivir. Thank you.
No more thanks.
ಅವರೇ ಒಂದು ಸಾಲ್ ಕೊಂಡೋರಿಸಲ್ಲ ಕಾಂಚಿ